everyone, I am Dr. Shehbaz here. In this video, I will explain how to perform an independent sample t-test in SPSS. We will learn what an independent sample t-test is, when and why we use it, its important assumptions, how to perform it in SPSS, how to interpret Levene test and the t-test results. We will use a practical salary example. If you find my video useful, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. So first of all, we need to learn what is an independent sample t-test. We go to our PowerPoint presentation. So we can see independent sample t-test, because we are going to compare the salaries of employees who had no training and who had trained. Okay, so we put the coding with yes and no. So first of all, we see independent sample t-test use data, one outcome and one numeric group. So you can see here, we divided the data into two groups. Group 1 employees without advanced training and group 2 employees with advanced training. So it means group 1 was without training and group 1 with advanced training. So we coded one without training and we coded two with advanced training. So you can see here in my SPSS file, we have training group 1 and 2. So we put the values in training group to show that there are two groups. Group 1 employees without advanced training and group 2 employees with advanced training. So we'll click on OK. So now we go back to data view. So you can see ID of the participant because there are 30 employees. Training group with 1 and 2 coded and salaries of all 30 employees. So we come back to our PowerPoint presentation. So we after coded the data, we need to answer this question. So is the average salary of trained employees significantly different from the average salary of employees without advanced training? So we need to answer this question after performing the independent sample t-test. Okay, so independent sample t-test we use when two separate groups are measured on one continuous outcome. When two unrelated groups are available, one continuous outcome was available, different people in each group. Why we use compare programs, evaluate group differences, test or treatment or policy. So why we don't use it for before after data? We come to next slide. Okay, so the hypothesis asks whether the two population means are equal or not. So null hypothesis states that there is no population mean difference. However, alternative hypothesis states that there is population mean difference. Okay, so check the outcome, group independence, distribution, outliers and variances. Continuous outcome, approximately normality of the data, two independent groups, no extreme outliers. So the data set contains 30 employees divided into two numeric groups. Group 1 without advanced training and group 2 with advanced training. So we come back to data file and we are going to perform the analysis. We will click on analyze, then click on compare means and then click on independent samples t-test. So we will put the salary in test variable and training group into grouping variable. So we will assign the values, one as without advanced training and two as with advanced training. Click on continue and click on OK. So now we have the results. Results show that employees without advanced training had average mean 52,900. However, employees with advanced training had average mean 56,566.67. So it means the employees with advanced training are receiving a higher salary than the employees without advanced training. So we see that the below table like independent sample t-test, because this table is very important to interpret the findings. Okay, you can see here, first of all, Levene test for equality of variances. So always examine Levene test before choosing the correct t-test row. In our example, you can see Levene significance level is 0.617, because 0.617 is greater than the significance level of 0.05, because this value is higher than 0.05. So it means the equality of variances assumption is not violated. So therefore we interpret the row labeled equal variances assumed. Okay. Now, for example, if Levene significance value were below 0.05, we would interpret the equal variances not assumed now instead. Okay. So now see the independent sample t-test results here. We can see the t value is minus 4.324, which is less than minus 1.96 in case of 5% significance level. On the other hand, you can see there is a significant level p value. This is p value is 0.000 in both cases. So it means the value of significance is lower than the value of 0.05. So it means there is a significant difference between the employees who had advanced training and employees who had no advanced training. Okay, so we need to interpret the results in a more clear way. Like you can see, an independent samples t-test showed that trained employees had significantly higher salaries than untrained employees. So, because the mean difference for group 1 minus group 2 was minus 3666.67 with 95% confidence interval. So, it means the employees who had advanced training are receiving more salary than the employees who had no training. So